Hello dear students, myself Vinit Kumar Vasisht from Kite Group of Institution Ghaziabad. Today we discuss the topic of solar thermal applications. So these are the contents basically which cover in this particular lecture. Introduction, solar water heater, solar passive space heating and cooling systems, solar industrial heating system, solar furnace, solar greenhouse, solar dryer and solar desalination. So one by one we have to discuss these topics. So firstly introduction with the solar thermal energy. Solar power has low density, hence basically large area on the ground is covered by the collectors, and the collector basically receive the solar radiant energy and give the heat transport to fluid. And whenever we talk about the collector efficiency, basically it is the ratio of energy collected by the collector and energy incident on the collector. This is the solar water heater. In the solar water heater basically we have to the sun rays. In the sun rays panel basically collectors are receiving the sun radiant energy, and these energies transferred into the insulated hot water tank, and the cold water tank is regularly supplying the water, and the the hot water outlet through a water outlet and the vent we have to optimize this water into the useful works. This is the solar passive space heating and collecting system. This is the damper. This is the double glazing, solar radiation, warm air. So this is the space heating systems. In the space heating system, basically convection current occurs, and in the live space we have to cover up this through the glazing. In the glazing, we have to know the warm air is basically moved. Due to density we have to move warm air, and cold air is basically lying in the lower space. So the thermal storage valve we have to use for the space heating purpose. So whenever we have to use the glazing, the radiant energy comes into this chamber, and through the absorber valve, through the thermal storage system, they basically hoted their inert air, and the warm air is regulated in the particular chamber. So the space heating occurs in this particular process. This is the solar space heating with rock bag storage. Those in this purpose we have to solar air heater use, and the damper and the rock bed storage we have to use. And in this particular operation we have to use glazing for the south siding, and these are living space, and the glazing is covered the total area, and this basically warm air is circulated into the through passage in the solar air heater, and the rock bed storage is basically act as a absorbing material. This is the solar passive cooling. In the solar passive cooling basically we working on the previous principle, but in this particular segment we have to basically air ducted into the environment. So glazing is not cover total area up to about in this particular space. So warm air basically we have to know warm air due to density moves upward. So warm air basically air ducted through the this particular chamber, and the cool inside air is inserted in this space. So warm air on the total space is basically occupied by the cool air, and the warm air is basically air ducted into the environment. So this is solar passive cooling through dehumidification. This is the absorbent material. This is the inside air out, solar radiation, solar passive cooling through dehumidification, living space, eastern valve, western valve. This is the solar industrial heating systems. In the solar industrial heating system, basically solar radiant energy we have to air collector. In this particular air collector we have to use three-way valve, and the rock bed storage system as earlier we studied we have to use. So this rock bed storage system is act as a absorber, and the basically heater is heater we have to use the air distribution, and heat exchanger we basically use to the air distribution. So fresh air comes to into the heat exchanger, and through this particular purpose of the three-way valve and the blower, it inserted into the system, and this purpose to exhaust air is directly distributed from this heat exchanger. This is the solar process steam systems. In this we have to basically use solar trough collectors. In this solar trough collectors basically two axis systems, and they basically track the according to the sun's direction, and in this particular system the focal line in the mid end, and basically this focal line is receiver end, and these pipes we have to circulate cold water through the collector pump into the inert pipe, and whenever we basically heated pipe into the pressurized hot water, get it out at outlet, and this particular pressurized hot water used in the flash separator to basically steam processing and basically feed water pumping. This is the box type solar cooker. In the box type solar cooker, we have to use reflector mirrors, glass covers, cooking pot, and the blackened aluminium tray. In this purpose, we have to different cooking pots, and these cooking pots we have to basically focus the solar radiant energy in this particular cooking pots. So the our fooding material is warmed due to the heat and intensity, and we have to use for the cooking purpose. This is the parabolial disc type collector, and this is the hemispherical shape, and in this particular segment we have to see, in this particular segment this is the receiver end, and this receiver end basically receive the radiant energy throughout the particular parabolial disc type space. And whenever for the cooking type, for different application, we use the this receiver this receiver end. This is the advanced solar cooker. In this we have to use solar trough collectors to basically insulated receiver tubes, and to basically cooking utensil to improve their enhancement. So in this particular enhancement we use the insulation layers and the receiver tubes in glass jackets. This is the solar furnace. In the solar furnace basically we have to use halostats. These halostats basically concentrate radiant energy into the concentrator, and concentrator basically according to their shape it targets a specimen, and this specimen is work as a solar furnace. So this is the solar greenhouse. In the solar greenhouse these are the different specification, please go through it. So basically typical winter greenhouse, this is the transparent wall, transparent roof, reflecting surface, insulation, soil ground level. In the underground heat storage pipes, concentrate foundation we have to use. In the winter greenhouse basically this is the glazing, and we have to cover these type of the glazing, so the basically ambient temperature in the solar greenhouse maintained, and with the it is the feasible condition for the basically growing of the plants. In the summer greenhouse we have to maintain the inner space, so we have to use ventilation and the blower for the cool air. So this is the solar dryer, basically to drying the food and different materials like rubber, food capacity like apple, neem, giloy. We have to basically drying purpose we have to use solar dryer. So in this solar dryer this is the cabinet mechanism, and these are the tray. So basically we have to put our food on these trays. Now solar desalination or solar desalination of water. This is the basic mechanism of solar desalination, and the current advanced topic of solar desalination. We have to use different type of the mechanism. In this particular mechanism basically we have to use saline water in the basin arrangement, and the basin arrangement is covered by the glazing one side and two side. There are two ways, and these due to this glazing the basically saline water get evaporated, and the evaporation take place, and the water droplets is basically collected near the glazing. So whenever at the ends of glazing we have to collecting tank. So this basically we know after evaporation water is purified. So this purpose of solar desalination is used for the purification of water. This is the solar vapor comparison refrigeration system. This is also working on the same phenomena. We have to use solar aerator in the soil roof. This is a thermal storage and a heat exchanger. So basically in this segment we have to use different cycle segments. So we have to convert it into two loops, that is the Rankine loop and the refrigeration loop. In the Rankine loop we have to use turbine and condenser, and the refrigerant loop we have to use condenser and the evaporator, and expansion valve also take its place. So in this particular segment we have to use, see, this is the turbine attached with the compressor, and these are the assembly is basically convert into the refrigeration system for the solar vapor compression refrigeration. This is the solar chimney power plant. In the solar chimney power plant we have to basically focus the air comes into this passage, and the glazing basically absorb the radiant energy and get heated the air, and after air is get heated, air is dense and air is moving upward to the direction. So in this direction we have to use turbine. So basically the passage of air going outside is only this chimney. So the after basically air is pressurized and go through upward direction and basically run to the this turbine. So with the dynamo we have to use electricity. So this is the solar chimney power plant working principle. It is basically located in the large area. It have occupied lot of space to produce efficiently the current. So thank you.